Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Layered Conversation. Today, we are doing a special episode Long Lost Forgotten Recipes in the Black Community in honor of Black History Month. So, if you have a recipe that you feel is lost or a recipe that you hardly see around anymore, post it in the comments. Let's talk about it so we can try it too. Ladies, are you ready?
Yep, I'm
Let's get
ready.
this show started.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
So, one of the lost the recipes that I found was divinity cookies, or some people call it divinity candy. It's a southern meringue type candy that they usually made a lot around Christmas, and they will also color it to match whatever festivities they was having. It originated in the early 1900s, and it became very popular during the corn syrup era. It became a southern staple, and many people came to know it as divine because they said the texture and the flavor made the candy so divine. So here's my take on the long lost divinity candy. So I don't even know where my freaking camera is. Where's the camera? There you go.
Oh, they look pretty.
So
okay.
it has pecans in it,
Hmm.
and I had one without pecans. So I haven't tried it yet. This is my first time trying it. I'm gonna see what this tastes like. But I know just making it gave me the blues.
So, how does it taste?
Why you gotta smirk?
It's different.
Like good different, bad different.
Let me
Yeah,
try
like
without the nut.
compare it to something you've had before, because like I'm very curious to know how it tastes.
Hold on, let me try the one without the nuts.
I don't know if I can do you and your tasting. You don't give no detail. Come on now.
Okay, I don't like it without the nuts. It is sweet, but the texture of it is like it's very soft, melt in your mouth, and it has a slight crunch coating to the outside because you sit and let it air dry.
Hmm.
But I don't know if y'all can see based off how the light is. Okay, there you go. You see the
That-
texture of it?
Yeah.
It's nice,
Oh,
fluffy, and pillowy.
okay. So it's like
Okay.
And
chewy.
when
I
you
don't know if
put
you said it was like chewy.
all this in your mouth,
Mm-mm.
it just melt in your mouth
Mm-mm.
like flour water does.
Flower water. What?
I'm sorry.
You done seen
I'm
flour
sorry.
mixed with water and what you say, that little residue that be at the bottom sometime? That's what it's like. But the flavor is
Okay.
good. It's on point. I gotta give it that. It's very good. It's on point. The texture is soft and airy. I
Hmm.
don't like it without the nuts,
Okay.
but with the nuts, it does take some of the sweetness away,
What
and
is
it
it
kind of
like
puts you in
that?
the mind of. Do y'all know them pecan rolls?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The old fashioned pecan rolls. It kind of puts you in the mind of that because it's like nougat, but not. It's more like a little marshmallow texture. So that's the inside of the pecan one. Which it has more texture to it.
Okay.
But it's not
Okay.
bad.
It does look like
But
nougat.
I do see why we don't make it no more. But it's not bad.
Okay, so let's put a number to it. One one being the worst, 10 being the highest.
With the nuts, I give it about a 6.
Okay, in the middle, in the middle.
Okay, that's
Without
pretty
the
high.
nuts, I give it a 2. I don't know, but it's good. You have to eat it with the nuts, but without the nuts, that's for the birds. My 1-year-old loves
Okay.
Because
Baby
you don't let her
approved.
eat sugar, and she finally getting some sugar in her life.
She's like, I've been looking at these all day. She definitely liked them. Okay. That
All
counts for
right.
something. If babies don't like it, then you know it's not good.
All right.
All right, so
Taylor, are
I'll
you
go next.
ready?
I have what's left of mine because speaking of babies liking them, my daughter came in and started eating mine. But here's what I have. Doesn't look very appetizing here, but it looks better in the pan. So I made something called butter rolls, which from the video that I found and learned about them, they were like the poor man's cinnamon rolls because it's kind of similar to cinnamon rolls, but with less steps. Like it doesn't require yeast and all of that. So it's a lot easier and a lot faster to make. And then it also can be made without cinnamon. So it was one of those things that you kind of made it with what you had in the house. Me personally, I put cinnamon in mine because I love cinnamon rolls and I just had to try it like that. So my first reaction upon making them was that when they were done, I was like, they look really pretty, but they are not as fluffy as cinnamon rolls. And then when you touch it, it's like kind of crispy. It's not that like bread texture. It's almost like a cookie mixed with bread in a sense. So I'm gonna taste it again because I already tasted it. Not gonna lie. So it's kind of hard, I guess, compared to cinnamon roll. It's kind of hard. And when you chew it, it has a little crunch to it, but it's soft still, kind of like a cake. Gotta give some to my taste tester. I think it tastes like a cookie. Like, if I could explain it, it's kind of like a cinnamon cookie, I guess. Like,
Ooh.
but it has that richness to it like a cinnamon roll would, like bread. But I don't know. That's just it kind of reminds me of a shortbread cookie in a sense. Um, I made mine a little different from the lady who I watched her video. She made like a syrup with molasses. I didn't use molasses, but I did still put the syrup in there so that added a lot of moisture to it. And on top, I put condensed milk instead of just like a regular frosting.
Ooh.
But it still has a good amount of sweetness. So if I had to rate this, I think I would maybe give it like a six out of 10. Like I would take cinnamon rolls over this, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay, I got a question.
Hmm.
My big back is kicking in. Okay, I am a big back. I admit it.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
So I know you were comparing it kind of to a cinnamon roll,
Hmm.
and to me, a cinnamon roll is a dessert, but I can eat it for breakfast. Can I
Mm-hmm.
eat this for breakfast?
I think this would be a good choice for breakfast, and it would be good with coffee. If you're well, for somebody who drinks coffee, it would be good with coffee or milk because it is very rich. So I think you would need something to wash it down. But yeah, I think it definitely could be for breakfast. And I also think you could change up the flavor. Like you could do blueberries, strawberries, or I think it's very versatile if you wanted to have a different flavor for it.
Do you have any more? I need one more picture. Can I get one more good look? One more good look and kind of like freeze it for a minute.
Can I insert a picture for y'all? Cause this ain't a good picture, right? What I got here, but I did take a picture of the pan, so I can
Okay,
insert a
so y'all
picture
over there
here.
tearing it up. Y'all over there tearing it up.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, we was tearing it up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That rating might be a little bit higher than what you gave it. It might be a little bit higher than what you were giving.
I mean, I say it's not bad. It's not bad. Plus, I had a sweet tooth today, so I was.
Sound like someone's trying to keep it hidden so they can have it all for themselves. I'm just
No.
saying.
I gave it a
They don't
high
want to share.
rating. I gave it a 6. But like you said, I was comparing it to a cinnamon roll. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, but it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's my favorite. No. But it's bad. No. Okay,
Y'all
so
children don't lie. How the kids are eating it, I knew it
oh,
was
she
above
tearing it
that.
up. Now that's really why it's almost gone. Cause
Mm-hmm.
she was eating it before we started recording. Oh my gosh. Can you not? So
She was eating
yes.
it before.
That is my review. Okay, hold
Okay, okay.
Now, hold on real quick. I want to go back to this divinity thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a
on.
better score than a 6 if the recipe has you put more nuts in it, because it takes away some of that sweetness and that, because it's not marshmallow and it's not nougat, so it's, I don't know, it's like this weird foamy airy texture. But I think more nuts will make it a whole lot better.
Mm.
And question, Taylor, you
Mhm.
said it was a little crispy but still soft at the same time. So was the outside crispy?
Yeah, it's like the outside. So basically, the only leavening in this is baking powder, which to me reminded me of like when you make cookies. Like it's not a lot of leavening in there, like as opposed to if you had yeast or something. So it's weird. So when I made the dough was like soft, like cinnamon roll dough. But it's not a lot of leavening in there. So whenever it baked up, it just got crispy. So it's like crispy on top, but still soft. I'm gonna see if I can show you. So if you look at it, ooh, it's kind of falling apart too. Uh, hold up. Okay, let me just grab it. So it's like you can see it's like doughy, like cake like, but the top of it is like crispy. Dang girl. So yeah, so it's still it's a very weird texture. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's still very rich at the same time too. So that's why I was like, if you make it, it's good to wash it down with something. So yeah.
Okay, okay.
So Malaysia,
Curious.
last but not least.
Last but not
What you
least.
got over there to chew on?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
as y'all know, I am the big back of the South
Okay. Mm-hmm.
when it comes to desserts.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore my paper plate, y'all. It ain't fancy over.
Mm-hmm.
This is plate number 3. I have already went through 2 plates today because I took some to work. Um,
Okay.
Today I will be giving tea cakes. That's
That's a
right, girl.
classic.
Tea cakes.
Tea cakes are classic.
Okay, so let me see if
That's
I
a
can do
southern
this
staple
without
right there.
messing it up. All right, so I have 2 histories for tea cakes. I have the internet version and my own version. Okay. Um. So tea cakes are deeply rooted in the African American culinary tradition. It originated with enslaved people in the South who adapted European recipes, which using available ingredients that are staples in a household. These mainly are pulled out during celebrations like Juneteenth, funerals, and family gatherings. All right. Some of the basic things that you could use is sugar, flour. Some people use molasses if they don't have sugar, and you can use lard or butter. And of course, eggs and every recipe's secret ingredient, vanilla. And then you can add a little bit of almond if you would like. So, this for me and my family, we grew up on tea cakes. My great grandma used to make them, and they did not look like this. Hers was a yellowish color and square because she put them in a square pan, and they were yellow because she didn't use a whole egg. Of course, we use leftovers, right? Back in the day, so she would eat egg whites for her breakfast, and then put egg yolks in a jar. And when she saved up enough egg yolks, we had yellow tea cakes. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all a taste of my tea cake. So a tea cake, for those of you who don't know, is a combination of a cake and a cookie. So you'll see like it's soft and puffy. Well, these are kind of cold. They're soft and puffy, and then the outside is crispy soft and puffy like a cake, and then they are crispy like a cookie. Yes, it has the crunch. Look at that. So when you make tea cakes, you know how a cookie has that hard crunch all the way through? But when you
Mm-hmm.
get to the center of a tea cake, it's soft and fluffy. But the tea part comes from you normally eat it with a cup of tea. So like I took it to work today. The older ladies who know what tea cakes are, they rush to go get their coffee and tea. And what you do is you would originally, for the crispiness, you dunk it into your coffee or your tea and you eat it, and that moisture will kind of like be absorbed into the cookie a little bit or into the tea
Mm-hmm.
cake, which kind of softened it up. Now, if you're eating it how I just ate it on camera and you don't want no coffee or tea, I always recommend that when they're done, either eat them right after they kind of cool, or if you're like doing it like the next day, go ahead and put it in the microwave for no more than 10 seconds, and it kind of brings it back to like when you got it out the oven, and you can taste the flavors. Like you can actually taste the butter, the vanilla, and the almond a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rate my tea cakes. I would give it about a 7 because I always compare things to the original that I ate. And my great grandma's tea cakes, hands down, number 10. No one has the recipe because she didn't write it down. It was just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. If y'all watched our episode when you talked to me about my business, when I said you have to call on the ancestors and the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
I call on the ancestors, the Lord, and Google to try to guide me through here. But like I said, everybody's family is different on how to make a tea cake, but they all kind of taste similar. So you gotta. There's no true measurements. You just gotta judge with your eyes.
Mm-hmm. You know, I always wonder where they got the name from for tea cakes. So
Mhm.
thank you for educating us on that because I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know if
from England.
anybody
It's
else
like
didn't know that, but
the
I did know.
British England part of the world.
Okay. Okay.
So that was
I
it.
would I would love for our community to start normalizing writing down recipes, like those original recipes, because man, like it sucks if when someone passes away and that recipe dies with them because like nobody else knows it. But anyway, that's
Now,
just a side note.
what I did learn while making this while doing this episode and going back towards the Black history, finding all the different recipes, it's not consistent. Every body did it different. Every recipe said it different. But what got me with these cookies is even though they was all different variations, they was all the same ingredients. So that's what kind of blew me, because like they look different, they're made different, but they're all using the same ingredients. The measurements might have been slightly different, but they was all using the same ingredients. So once I made it, the recipe just stuck in my head like that. I said, so now I see why people said they didn't write it down, because back in the day, everything was so simple. They didn't have to write it down. They just tell it to you. And they would tell it like the recipe says. Get you 2 eggs. Get you some sugar. Get you some... And that's literally how the measurements was. And you was like, what is some? Like,
Exactly.
Get a dab of that. And sprinkle some of that. And you were like, what is that? But you didn't have to write it down. Because mine was only 6 ingredients. And that was it. If you can't remember 6 ingredients, then what you say, you shot out of luck.
But see, it's the amount that you need to know, because it's the amount of each ingredient that can really mess you up. That's why I be like, I need to know. Like, just give me something to go based off of. Even if you just tell me, okay, here are all the ingredients, I feel like I can figure out the steps. But it's just like, I need something to go based off of.
Now, I did think about it when I was making this doggone candy, which gave me the blues, because it broke my mixer.
Oh,
No, ma'am.
not the mixer.
Whatever texture it turned into, it wrapped around that whisk, baby, and wouldn't let that whisk go.
No.
So it bent it.
Oh,
But
that's like a baker's
one
nightmare.
recipe said mix it for 5 to 10 minutes. It'll be nice, airy, and fluffy. Another recipe said mix it every 15 minutes. Then it'll become nice, airy, dull, and fluffy. It took me 26 minutes to get to where it's supposed to be. Now I start thinking back. I don't think KitchenAids had the power they had now. And now I see why Big Mama had that arm, because she was sitting up here whisking and whisking. I say, so it was easier back then for you, what you say, to see what you looking at and get to that spot. Other than I'm saying, I'm putting it in my mixer and I'm finna set this timer and come back to it, and it's over mixed or it's under mixed. So what you say, it was so much love and patience put into them, because you had to sit there with that bowl and hand whisk or that bowl and fork and whip that stuff up. So,
well, speaking of that, I want to give a shout out to, is it Wicked Confection? Give a shout out to her, because she informed me of several forgotten recipes that I believe we talked about today and posted. But if you follow her and some of her postings, to go along with what Danita said, the reason also why some of these recipes became forgotten is, you know how you said Big Mama was in there whipping it with her hand? Box cakes came out and other things that were quicker and more convenient, and then people stopped doing it. People not in there with that arm no more. I make a lot of stuff from scratch, but I ain't making it from my arm get tired, y'all. I'm weak. I'm straight mixing that sucker. Now, if I was gonna make Danita's recipe based on what you told me, thank you for telling me not to use that whisk, because I'd be mad if my KitchenAid go out. I'm gonna be mad. Dough hook or paddle. Dough hook or paddle for what you did, because baby, you've been my whisk. I make too much whipped cream for that.
But yeah, I use the whisk because what you say is egg whites. And you gotta whip up those egg whites nice and fluffy to hard peaks. But once you put that syrup in there and it comes whatever this is, it
It
catch a
starts
hold.
getting hard. Yeah.
It catch a hold. And you
Mm.
gotta whisk it from that glossy texture to dull. That's why it took me 26 minutes. And I thought I overmixed it. Because as bakers, we know if you over whip your egg whites, they go flat and you can't whip them suckers back up. That's just
Mm-hmm.
lost. But with this particular recipe, if you over mix it, it gets mealy.
What do you mean
Mm.
by that? Like, what's millie?
The grainy texture,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it
okay, okay,
gets
okay.
mealy. So
Like
that's a little bit
cornmeal.
different between this and I guess meringue cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Because the texture, if you over mix it, it gets mealy. Because like I said, somewhere between nougat and marshmallow. So I don't know.
So
Mm.
Malaysia touched on Wicked Confections. That's who I got my recipe from, the butter roll. And she's been doing the series throughout Black History Month. And I really love it because there's a lot of I learned a lot from her series. Like it's a lot of recipes I never heard of. And one thing I liked about the recipe I made is that it didn't require a mixer. And it was really easy. And I saw her make it, I said, huh, okay. Like I do feel like it was a lot of steps to it, but other than that, I like that didn't require a mixer because I don't know. It was just something different. Like I'm also a mixer girly. I don't care if I'm making a box cake, I will still throw it in a mixer. But it's like but it was something about just like feeling the dough, kneading the dough with your hands, and like I'm like, okay, like this is the love that goes into it, the work that goes into it. But it felt good to be back in the kitchen, making something like that, because I haven't made like a bread or dough or anything for like in a long time. So I really like that we did this challenge because it helped me to get back in that groove of baking and doing stuff from scratch again.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't like scratch, baby.
And it's really
Yeah,
not
I
that
did.
hard either. It's time consuming sometimes, but it's not that bad and it tastes a lot better too.
Mm-hmm. I know what I wanted to say, if I can say it real quick. Remember when y'all were talking about how all these recipes are similar and use the same stuff? Well, I have to write the recipes down because, like, the recipe I was taught for tea cakes, like this one, I get stuck because I also make biscuits from scratch, and they are pretty much similar, except for you add flavoring to the cookies and the amount of the stuff that you use. So I be like, ooh, when I be cooking, I be like, is it this recipe that gets this amount, or this recipe that gets this? Like in biscuits, there's a little bit of sugar, and in tea cake, there's a little more. But which one is it? Half the sugar with half the
Hmm.
flour, or am I making? Or is that? Then I'll be like, oh no, that's the cornbread recipe. Half cornmeal, half sugar.
That's why I said,
I just
yeah, we
remember
need
it's a
something.
half somewhere, and I
We
don't
need the
know what.
amounts. I need the amounts. I need the measurements because, like, the wrong amount of sugar can change a whole recipe. Honestly.
It really can, cause I be like this, Daddy, as I'm mixing, I'm making, but I can't remember. And he get the fuss, and he said, "What I tell you in this family, you remember, you
Mm,
watch. Ain't no writing
mm,
down. You
mm.
watch.
Child, I wouldn't make it.
Carry it
I
here
would.
and in your heart."
I be having notes in my phone because, like, I be like, listen, there's too much going on up here for me to remember all that.
No, it used to kill me because he'd be like, like some things you don't do often because really can eat breakfast on the weekend like this, right? With our lifestyle. You expect me to watch you make it one time and have that whole recipe memorized about the next time you doing it by yourself?
Mm-mm. No.
You know what I wonder
Mhm.
is these recipes, as simple as they are very rich. And a lot of these recipes, the only thing you see is vanilla flavoring, really.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
baby, I have made some stuff and just used some vanilla, and it was not on point.
What?
I was like, oh, I need me some lemon, some butter flavor. I need to add me some of this. But doing
I know
these
what you
simple
mean.
recipes, that vanilla kind of stands out. But what you say nowadays with all this new stuff, vanilla is just an additive. It doesn't pull that flavor like that.
I know what you mean with that, but I wonder if it's like, are the other ingredients overpowering the vanilla, or did we not put enough vanilla? Cause
I
like
ain't
I
gonna lie to
felt
you.
like that before with like cookies and stuff, where I feel like I taste the cookie, I'm like, it's missing something.
Mm-hmm.
I put vanilla in everything I cook.
I do too, but
I
I
don't
always
care what
wondered
it is.
if I put enough. I'd be like,
I know
that's
I
a little
put
bit.
enough. My parents fussed at me. One day they watched me make a cake, and the recipe always calls for a teaspoon, right? I'm about to give my secret away. I put a whole tablespoon in everything of it. It's a whole tablespoon of vanilla in everything I make.
I
I ain't gonna
mean,
tell you the amounts of the other ingredients, but it's a whole tablespoon of that vanilla in everything I make.
I
If
feel
you
like it
tell me to
needs
put a
extra,
teaspoon, I'm putting a tablespoon.
You
right?
need that
Cause
flavor from
yeah, and it
somewhere.
bakes off, so you gotta make sure you put enough so the flavor can stay. Can
I
stay
learned. I
in
remember that in Coach. I mean, not Coach. Chef Hodge class. Here go me in the vanilla Danina.
there.
This vanilla ain't got no flavor. Let me
No.
put some
Well,
extra.
he was using imitation. They didn't have no
Mhm.
flavor. I don't know where they got the imitation from.
Mhm.
He ain't got no flavor. I did. I know I put more than a tablespoon in that and still couldn't taste it. I said something's gone wrong.
Now y'all know when I was making this dish, it made me think about a lot of other candies that we don't see no more.
Ooh, like which one?
I
Mhm.
started thinking about, oh, it was on the tip of my tongue. Maple nuts.
I don't think I
Maple
know what that
nuts.
is.
Is that like candy nuts or
Maple nuts.
something?
It's candy. It was the toffee coated candy. They was like little tan brown candies. They came in a
Oh.
bag.
Oh, but it's
I
not
got some
actual
real in the
nuts.
cabinet.
Maple nuts.
I got
Oh, I
some
thought.
toffee in the cabinet.
It's it's maple nuts.
So it's not actual nuts. I thought you was talking about like
It
candy
it's a
nuts.
nut inside of it. Inside of the
Oh,
toffee coat. And
well,
it's like
that
a little
means
tin candy.
I gotta look it up
Y'all
now.
gotta
'Cause
Google it.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm about to look it up.
I gotta Google it. Then I started thinking about all them long johns. All this candy that we don't have no more.
Long John's, I know a store that sells Long John's, BB Bats, and all that.
Where
It's
they
in
getting that at?
it's in Jefferson.
Oh, maple nut.
It's
You know, okay. A
maple
maple nut. I feel
nuts.
like I've seen
Oh,
that. You know what? I feel like they be having this type of stuff at Dollar Tree, like in the candy section. Because that's where we always go when we about to go to the movies and we want to stock up on snacks. And like they always be having that old school stuff like these. You talking about these?
oh yeah.
Yes, the maple nuts.
Does it look like a peanut? Is it a peanut? Oh, it does say maple dip peanut.
They say
I
it's a
mean,
peanut, but to me it was too big to be one peanut.
it looked good.
That was the
Oh,
bomb.
Do y'all eat bits of honey candy?
I do. I like those. I don't eat
That's
them a
the one that
lot.
had the little bee on it, right?
Huh?
That's the one
Uh-huh.
that had the little yeah.
So when
I
I
feel
was in
like.
Georgia,
Oh, go ahead.
we were in the country. I had found a bag. I said, "Look, Daddy, they got bits of honey," because he liked that, right?
Those are good.
And he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, get 2 bags since they 2 for $1." He didn't look at the bags, y'all. We got to the hotel, and he actually looked at it. Why one bag only got 4 pieces of
Mm.
candy?
Oh, I know he was mad.
He
I know he
said,
was
I said, "What if it one for 1 piece of candy?" This ain't no deal, but he ate
mad.
them.
You know, bitter honey is something I never bought myself, but I always see it at somebody's house. And I be like, anytime I see it, I'm like, oh, I gotta grab one because those are good. Ooh, one that came up, Chico sticks. Did y'all ever eat the
Chicken
Chico
stick.
sticks?
Oh,
Those are
y'all remember
so
that song
good.
Shake Your Laffy Taffy from back in the day?
Oh, yeah. What he said,
Mr.
call me
Chico
Mr.
Stick.
Chico Stick.
Mhm.
Ah,
You wanna da da da?
yo,
The Chico Stick.
these came up
You
too.
know what? One candy that I liked growing up and still like now
Look.
is them little strawberry things.
Oh,
Baby, they hard to
yes.
find.
Oh,
Oh, I love
yes.
them little strawberry things.
I don't even know where. I
I
think I
think
seen
that was
those
the
at Dollar
candy.
Tree
Everybody
too.
wanted them.
I
I think
don't
I
know
seen
what they
those at.
called, but I call them little strawberry
I
things.
don't even feel like they
Little
have a
strawberry.
name.
Cause the
They're
paper was
just
strawberry, right?
strawberry candy.
Huh?
Yes.
The wrapper looked like a strawberry.
Mhm.
They changed the recipe.
Yeah, I
Cause
think
when
they
I
have
was
changed it,
younger,
but it's still good though.
now they taste extremely sweeter, more sugary than
Hmm.
strawberry than what they tasted back in the day. You
I
find you
wouldn't
some
be
old school one
surprised.
of them, let me know because I need a bag. I can find new school one, but I want old school one.
I wouldn't be surprised if
I
they
say
changed
a
the
lot of this stuff
recipe.
we don't have to start.
They changed the recipe to everything.
Yeah, cause like now I don't know what done happened with the world and food, but like oh, at the end of the day, I'm looking at the time. I feel like at the end of the day, the old school recipes, these lost, forgotten recipes, these old school candy recipes, that's where it was, and our health was better back then.
Hmm.
And it
Hmm.
was more of a community. This was stuff that you did together with your family, your friends, and your community. Like this, what family and love and what you say made history. Just doing this type of stuff.
Yeah. And it
The
brought families together. You know, like those are, yes, yes, those are good. I still will eat those,
Walmart,
but
cookies
but
I
that's
do.
the,
all in my
I
way
feel
now.
like
but
they
that's the
kind of
new
have
school.
more of a artificial flavor to them now. But I don't know what it
Mm-hmm.
was back then. They was
It's a
like,
whole lot of sugar.
that was a good church candy right there. If somebody had that in their
Hmm.
purse, I'd be like, yes, please give me about two of those.
And they
Please and
used to
thank
have
you.
them was it Witherworth's caramel candies in the
Oh
purse?
yeah.
Well, the words. Mm-hmm.
Them butterscotch candies.
You know what's not the same no more? Buttermints. That stuff's so sweet.
Mm.
Oh, I
Yeah,
miss me
I
some good buttermints.
those is
That was the
also
one that
another
came in
good church
different colors,
candy.
right? Buttermints came in different colors, right? Them pastels.
I
Mm-hmm.
think some
I get
of
them at
them.
the Dollar Tree, but
I
they
always
they
had
don't
the
taste the
white
same.
one.
Yeah, they sweet.
I think they just start cutting corners when it comes to these recipes. When it comes to the stuff, like I feel like they always just try to figure out how to make it cheaper. But when it comes down to
Messing them
those
up.
old, yeah, when it comes down to those old school recipes, like these are the recipes back from when we used to have big family gatherings for Christmas and holidays, and they would bust out the special recipes. They would bust out the good vanilla. They bust out the good ingredients for those type of cakes. What's
Y'all remember
that?
this mix? The Christmas mix?
Yeah, I don't think I ever liked that one. I was never a big like
Yeah,
hard candy
yeah, yeah.
person.
I'm just reminiscing, like, man, then the holidays come, you get the nasty candy.
Yeah. That's another story for another
We
day.
gonna have to
Like
start fixing these ourselves.
we
That's what
should
we're
we
gonna have
should
to do.
have
We're
a
gonna have to
whole
run these
episode
candies
about
back.
we should have an episode about nostalgia candies. Like I feel like we could
Mm.
talk about this all day.
When we do that episode, let me know, because, baby, I'm going to run to Jefferson before we do that episode and say, look what I got.
Yes, we should do that. We should bring our favorite nostalgic candies that we can find. Let's put a pin in that one.
Well, y'all, let's go ahead and wrap up this episode and pray and send our viewers off to another wonderful week.
Yes.
Who would like to lead?
I'll close this out today. All right, y'all. Bow your heads and close your eyes. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you right now. Thanking you for this day that was not promised to us. Thank you for just bringing us through another week and allowing us to gather here and just share our stories. And thank you for our rich history that we have and for the gifts and talents that you've given us and for allowing us to just tap into our baking skills and learn something new about the different desserts that we have. And I just pray that you will continue to bless us and our families and bless our listeners. I pray that you allow us all to have a great weekend. And in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Praise Jesus.
Well,
All
y'all,
right.
let us know if y'all enjoyed this episode. Let us know what y'all's favorite old school desserts are. And if y'all decide to try any, drop it below in the comments.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them out there, y'all. It's a lot. From dumplings to puddings to
Mhm.
cakes. It's so many out there. So if y'all know of any, go ahead and send them to us. Let us hear about them. You never know. We might try them on another episode.
Definitely, definitely. And if you haven't, guys, please go follow Wicked Confections. She inspired us to do tonight's episode. So let's show her some love also. And go see. And if you need an idea, try some of them. She has plenty of them to try that some I'm
Mhm.
about to go try next week, like that burnt sugar cake.
Oh, yes.
But
Let us
until
know how that
then,
is.
see y'all later.